Well, hello, hello. How are we this happy St. Patrick's Day? I am coming to you live very casually today on the St. Patrick's Day because I have a little I'm not going to say sick puppy, but a girl who's not feeling the greatest. And she is not letting me out of the comfy chair today. So we are coming to you from our comfy chair on a Friday afternoon for St. Patrick's Day to talk about networking for the shy and introverted business owner. I relate 100% to this. You might not agree with this. My husband is like, "You're not an introvert, honey." I'm like, but I kind of am sometimes. I'm definitely introvert, extrovert. Some days I need my introvert time. Sometimes I got to get myself out there. So I know a lot of you guys are the same, and I know a lot of us are introverted, even if whenever it just comes to our networking. So let's go ahead and get into this. It's going to be a really quick video, as I have promised for all of these videos in this video series. I'm trying to keep everything at 5 minutes and come to you every day with a little value packed, something to help you move the needle in your business. So, is this you? Are you struggling to network and make connections? Today, we're going to learn how to network and make valuable connections without feeling overwhelmed or drained. This is a symptom of someone who is shy or introverted, that when we get out and do our networking, we feel drained and we have to recover from this, right? So in this 5-minute video, I have 3 hacks to help you step out of your comfort zone and start making meaningful connections that will benefit your business. And some of these are live and in person, and some of them are from the comfort of your home, from your comfy chair if your puppy is sick. I want you to watch until the end. It's going to be really quick. And then let me know. I have a free guide, no strings attached. You don't have to give me your email address, nothing. Just let me know if you want my free guide on building your confidence in networking, and I will send that over to you. So here we have our hacks for stepping out of your comfort zone and making meaningful connections. The first one is identify your ideal connections. Who do you want to identify, or who do you want to connect with? Who is your ideal person to connect with, or type of business owner to connect with? You're going to define this target audience. It's not necessarily a client, it might be another business owner, it might be another somebody who's got connections, but you're defining your target audience and you're identifying businesses or individuals that could potentially be great connections. Knowing this ahead of time takes away some of that shyness or some of that insecurity that comes with approaching people if you have done your homework and you really know who you want to talk to. Speaking of doing your homework, we're going to research these businesses or individuals and learn as much as possible about them so we can create talking points with them when we do approach them. Number 2, attend networking events. Attend networking events where your ideal connections are likely to be present. Now, you can either do online networking events like in a Facebook group or in an online setting, or push yourself and get out there and do it in person. It might even be, maybe you're a wedding vendor and it's at a wedding show. Maybe you are only thinking about the client connections that you can make at a wedding show, when actually the best connections you can make at a wedding show are other vendors. So, one of the ways to do this is practice active listening and ask open ended questions so you can show interest in the person that you are speaking with. You want to show that you are interested in them, right? And then they will be interested in you and interested in you in turn. And then you want to use a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 approach. If you feel nervous about approaching a stranger, I did a poll in our free Facebook group. It's called the Wedding Vendors Community. I did a poll, and the overwhelmingly top response to what kind of gets in your way or what kind of trips you up when you're at networking events was actually getting up the guts to go and talk to someone, talk to a stranger. They're strangers. So if you use this approach, anytime that you want to do something, this is a Mel Robbins trick. If you follow Mel Robbins, you know this trick. She says, anytime that you want to do something, if you just count yourself down and go, just kind of take a breath and go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then go for it. It's kind of like jumping off a diving board. So if you use this approach to give yourself confidence to go up to them and then start the conversation with something that you have in common. Like, kind of scope them out and see if there's something that you have in common with them. Let's say I used this example yesterday that I'm left-handed. Let's say you notice as you're watching them interact that they're probably left-handed. Come up to them and be like, "Hey, are you left-handed? I'm left-handed too." And it gives you something in common. Now, you might not. Left-handedness might not be your thing, but whatever it is, find something that you have in common or give them a genuine compliment. Make sure it's genuine. If you love their jacket, be like, "Oh my, do your 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go." And then go up to them and be like, "Oh my gosh, I love this jacket. Where'd you get this jacket?" Or just compliment them on the jacket. And then they'll immediately connect with you. You know how you feel when someone comes up to you with a genuine compliment? You want to connect with that person. And then, like I said, practice active listening and ask your open ended questions that you have researched already because you identified your ideal connections, and show interest in the person that you're speaking with. Another thing you can do is utilize social media to connect. Follow businesses or individuals on social media and engage with their content. Really do engage genuinely. And then respond to their stories. Stories are a great way to end up in their DMs instead of just being a cold, "Hey girl" type DM. If they post stories on their Instagram and there's something about their stories that you relate to, you can reply to their stories, and that actually lands you in the Instagram DMs. And then you take that conversation into the DMs. So respond to their stories with a personalized message to introduce yourself and start building a relationship. You want to reply to it with something relevant to what they posted because you're replying to their story, and then strike up a conversation and introduce yourself. All right. That leads us to our action item. Our action item for today is to create a list of 5 potential connections and research them thoroughly. Then you want to attend at least one networking event in the next 2 weeks. So be watching for a networking event. It doesn't have to be anything big or formal. Just be watching for some kind of a networking event, and then practice active listening with at least 3 people at that networking event. After the networking event, send a personalized message to one of your send a personalized okay. After the networking event, send a personalized message to anyone that you made a connection with. And then besides that networking event, send a personalized message to one of your potential connections on social media. It could be one of the people that you talked to at the networking event. So do these things and let me know if you would like for me to send you my guide for helping you get confidence in your networking. If this was enough for you, take this, go with it, and I will be back here to see you again on Monday. Have the very best weekend.